What's going on, TRC fans? Tyler back with another episode, and today we have a treat for you guys. I'm here with my friend Saul's 1800 horsepower twin turbo CTS-V. I cannot wait to get in a ride in this thing. I mean, it's absolutely insane. So let's go check it out. Saul, how's it going, my friend?
It's going good, Tyler.
Man, it's good to have you out here. I can't wait to get a ride in this thing. I mean, I've seen this car for a couple years.
Yeah.
And we actually did a video at the track with BMR, but I never got to ride in it. So I'm super stoked to ride in it today.
Right on.
Obviously, this thing looks ridiculous. Can you tell me a little bit about the setup?
Yeah, so right now we've got a late model engine LME 427 LSX in here, and we've got Precision 76 turbos.
Obviously running twins that size, what kind of power does this thing put down?
So at 40 PSI, you know, we got a small bottle, 5-pound CO2 bottle back here, which we're using as boost. And at 40 PSI, we got about 1823 at the rear wheels.
Jesus, that is absolutely insane.
It is. It is.
Most of the guys that end up going twin turbo, they kind of put them under the car, right?
Under mount's one way to do it. Top mount, you know, for me, when you have this kind of a build and this kind of fabrication going on, really, it's about the visual aesthetics of this, and it's
Absolutely.
it's gorgeous. It's engine porn,
yeah,
to say the least.
Absolutely.
I do have a custom hood that we made for this with custom hand-forged cutouts, but that 427 LSX just generates, and the turbos, so much heat. And being here in Arizona,
yeah,
running without the hood, it does run a little bit cooler. And of course, who does not want to just stare at this?
I forbid you from putting a hood on this car. I mean, I don't care how good it looks.
Yeah. It
will never look as good as that. And I mean, it's so funny because anytime you roll in to somewhere, it's just like a sea of cameras just automatically flock to this car.
It is. I hate to say it. Yeah, you definitely do not want to rob a bank with this car.
No.
You'll hear me long before you see me.
Well, that and everybody knows whose car it is. Can you start it up for me real quick?
Absolutely.
Well, let's go ahead and let's take a ride, man. I cannot wait to get in this thing.
So at idling, we're about 70 PSI oil pressure. Under driving load, it'll jump up to about 86, 87.
I bet it never gets old seeing those dump tubes out the hood.
No, it doesn't. Especially when you see 36-inch flames
yeah.
shooting out.
I'm hoping we get to see some flames.
Well, during the daytime, it's a little hard to see.
Yeah.
The perfect time for driving this thing is right at dusk.
It does sound amazing though. Just those turbos spooling almost instantaneously.
Thank you. Yes, it is a very visceral sound for sure.
So when do you get into full boost? Around what RPM?
You know, anything above 3,000. This is a fully custom torque converter rated at 3,000 RPM. That's just first to second gear.
Yeah, that little baby pull still put a smile on my face.
Yes, yes. Holy, I think we left Tom in the dirt back there.
Yeah.
We may want to
pull
over and let him catch up.
Wait for our associate who is here with us doing the roller.
We lost him by 2 lights back there.
Easily. As far as the fuel system, I see a lot going on.
The latest mod we did was a mechanical fuel pump. And that just seemed to bode well with the twin turbo setup and the high horsepower. And, you know, to pull out the air conditioning compressor, that was a no-brainer too. Yeah, being here in Arizona, you don't want to be driving this thing on a, you know, 115 degree day, but you know, rolling with the windows down on a cool morning like now, it's perfect.
The interior in this thing is absolutely awesome as well. We have the entire race harness set up in the back. So what's going on back here?
We do have a fire extinguisher in the back. We've got 2 CO2 bottles, as you've noticed. We've got the little 1 pound bottle, and that's actually for auto. Even though this is a turbo 400 manual 3-speed, we do have that option for automatic shifting utilizing CO2. So if I just open up that CO2 bottle on the track, I don't have to worry about shifting. Both hands on the wheel, and it shifts at predetermined set points automatically. Right,
and it's one thing to have 1800 horsepower, it's another thing to put it down on the track and actually drive something like this, because it must be just like such a visceral experience.
It is. If I was to tape a $100 bill on that dashboard and tell you to take your seatbelt off, I could guarantee you wouldn't be able to grab it.
Dude, having the chute on, especially the fact that you drive this car on the street, is just an extra kudos for you.
Thanks.
But man, some of the fabrication on this car is just...
Yeah, so Black Market Racing, you know, kudos to BMR for the fabrication work. Austin is an incredible welder, and this dry sump tank, there's our oil supply right there to the vehicle. And you know, oil pressure, we're running at 85 PSI.
Wow.
Yeah, under driving conditions, normal driving conditions.
So such a beautiful setup, and man, those welds are just next level.
Chinned, we've got 2 bottles in the back here. So here's the 5 pound bottle for boost, and then we've got the 1 pound bottle for auto shifting when we're on the track. And of course a fire extinguisher, just in the event something should
just in case
go awry.
I mean, at 40 pounds of boost, you know, there's
you just never know.
You just never know.
Yeah, and we're running predominantly E85 in this thing, so
yeah, so that's what I was gonna ask.
Flammable possibly than normal gasoline, and our precision dynamic shifter, of course.
Do you ever run it on 91?
We can. It is dual fuel capable. If we were ever to run out of E85, or it's just not available at a particular station, we can fill it up with 91, no problem.
So at 1800, is it pretty maxed out, or do you think you have any room left?
There is room, but we don't want to stress anything to the point of no return. Alright, so we're on bottle now, so this should be what kind of power and PSI? So I've got a 5-position selector knob here.
Yeah.
And I have it in position 3.
Okay. How fast are we going? We'll bleep it out, but oh man, jeez, about a What made you want to build something like this?
You know, I think the impetus to build something as badass as this was looking at all the other builds out there, and you know, at the time when I started this project, really money was no object, and then of course Corona hit, and that kind of put a kibosh on. Of course, the build was pretty much done at that point.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just wanted something that was just different from all the other builds out there.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely hits every one of those boxes where, you know, you see CTSVs quite a bit, but, you know, they're supercharged from the factory, so nobody opts to go twin turbo, let alone top-mounted huge turbos.
Right.
So now, are you guys dialing it in for the track, or what's been kind of your best runs at the track?
You know, the last time we were at the track, we rented the Tucson track, Tucson Dragway, And when we got down there, we had noticed that the vehicle, well, one, we chipped one of the blades on one of the turbos. That had to go back to precision. That took a couple months to get.
Yeah.
But we noticed that when, you know, warming up the tires, doing some burnouts, that only one tire was spinning. That was the time when I realized that a spooled rear end for track purposes would probably be better, and that's what we did. So right now, it pretty much, it's ready to go.
Yeah, and you know, it's obviously extremely loud, but the ride is not bad at all.
Oh no, oh no, being a CTSV, we've got all the stock suspension,
Yeah.
the dynamic ride control, that's still in here.
Jesus Christ. Bro, that car is absolutely insane. That wraps it up for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you on the next one.